Jesus, protect us from what we do not see. In a crowded city where nobody really knows their neighbor, two friends lived on the third floor of an old apartment building. Their names were Zara and Aneka. At night, they shined. In the daytime, they slept like the dead. They were not poor, not rich either, but they had discovered a faster way to survive. Men, hotels, soft laughter, quick money. They told themselves it was harmless. "It's just business," Zara would say. Aneka didn't always agree, but she liked the comfort, the wigs, the perfumes, the expensive phones. One night, while sitting in a dimly lit lounge, the air suddenly felt colder. The music was loud, but it felt far away. That was when he walked in. Tall, calm, no smile. He did not look around like other men. He walked straight to their table like he already knew them. "Good evening," he said softly. His voice did not match his eyes. His eyes were empty. "My name is Victor." He did not flirt. He did not beg. He simply sat down and watched them. And for the first time in years, Zara felt uncomfortable. But when the bill came, he paid for everyone in the section. Cash, thick bundles. The discomfort became smaller. Victor invited them to his house the following weekend. They followed. The house was too quiet. No neighbors, no dogs barking, no sound at all. Even the air felt heavy. Inside, everything was neat, too neat. White walls, white furniture, no family pictures, nothing personal, like nobody truly lived there. They drank wine, they laughed, but Victor barely laughed. He just watched them, like he was studying something. Later that night, when things became intimate, Victor did something strange. He paused, went into another room, came back with a small silver blade and a white cloth. Zara's heart skipped. "What is that?" she asked. Victor smiled slightly. "Relax." Before they understood, he gently pressed the blade against Zara's thigh, just enough to draw a thin line of blood. Aneka gasped. "It's just a tiny mark," he said calmly. He wiped the blood carefully with the white cloth. Then he did the same to Aneka. It was quick, controlled, almost professional. They were too shocked to react. Then he transferred money, more than they had ever received before. Their phones beeped, 5 million each. Fear and greed fought inside them. Greed won. They left. That night, Zara could not sleep. She kept hearing something dripping. Drip, drip, drip. She got up and checked the bathroom. Dry. She checked the kitchen. Nothing. But the sound continued. Inside her head. Aneka started scratching her thigh where the blade touched her. The small cut refused to close. Instead, it became darker, like something was spreading under the skin. By morning, both of them felt weak. Not sick, just drained, like someone had removed something important from inside their bodies. 3 days later, the real horror began. Zara woke up, unable to move. Her body felt heavy, her chest tight. She could see the room, but she could not scream. At the corner of the room, she saw him, Victor, standing there, holding the white cloth. It was no longer white. It was dark, wet, dripping. He smiled and whispered, "Thank you." She finally screamed. Neka rushed in, shaking. "I saw him too," Neka whispered. They ran to the hospital. Doctors checked everything. Blood pressure normal, heart normal, scans normal. "You are fine," the doctor said. But they were not fine. Every night they saw him. Every night they heard dripping. Their small cuts became black circles, cold to touch, like dead skin. They stopped going out, stopped answering calls. The money in their account no longer felt like blessing. It felt like payment. One evening, Neka fainted. When she woke up, her voice was different, deeper. She looked at Zara and said calmly, "He is using us." Zara froze. "What do you mean?" Neka blinked, confused. "I didn't say anything." But Zara heard it clearly. That night, they returned to Victor's house. The gate was open. The house was dark. No lights, no sound. They entered slowly. The living room was empty, but there was a door at the back, slightly open. Inside was a room covered in symbols drawn in red, pictures of women. Many women, some faces scratched out. In the center of the floor was a bowl. Inside it, white cloths, soaked, dry blood. Zara felt her stomach turn. On the wall were small bottles, each labeled with a date. Their date was there too, their names written clearly. Before they could run, a voice spoke behind them. "You came back." Victor stood in the doorway, but his face, it was not fully human anymore. His eyes were completely black. "You gave willingly," he said calmly. "Blood is agreement." The lights flickered. The air became cold. Neka collapsed immediately. Zara screamed. Victor stepped forward, but suddenly loud prayer voices filled the compound. A nearby church was holding a night vigil. The sound grew louder. Victor screamed in anger. His body began shaking violently. Zara grabbed Neka with the last strength she had and ran. They did not stop running. The next morning, the house was empty, completely empty, like it was never lived in. Neighbors said no one had rented that place for years. Years. Zara and Neka fell sick for weeks. They went to a deliverance church. Prayers were made, serious ones. They confessed everything, rejected every agreement. It took time, but slowly the nightmares stopped. The cuts disappeared. The weakness left. Months later, news spread online. A wanted ritual suspect named Victor was found dead in an abandoned building outside the city. No clear cause of death, just dried blood covering the floor around him. Zara deleted every old picture from her social media. Neka burned the clothes she wore that night. They moved away quietly. No more fast money, no more strange men. Sometimes at night, when the room is too quiet, Zara still hears something, very faint. Drip, drip, drip. And she whispers, "Jesus, please." If this story touched you, if it made your heart beat fast, if it reminded you that not everything that shines is gold, please don't just watch and scroll away. Support this channel by subscribing. There are many more deep, shocking, and powerful stories coming. Stories that will open your eyes, teach lessons, and keep you thinking long after the video ends. Click the subscribe button now. Turn on your notifications so you never miss the next story, because the next one might be even darker. Stay safe, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next story.